Hey everybody, traveling nobody else's auto. It is a little after 7 on Sunday evening. Time for some Sunday night live chat. Glad to see you guys are all here and ready to go. Looks like we are connecting everywhere. We got a great group with us already on YouTube, ready to go, especially while we're running a few minutes late. So let's see who's here. Mark's here. Mark's back with us and doing well, which is great news. Pete's on. Tweedledee. Charles is here. Kenny's here. Jim Petty. Brian Dispatch. Kevin L made it. I think I'm catching most of them. I'm sure I'm probably missing a few of you guys. Tony's on with us. Alan from Arizona. Bud's on. Bill Disc's here. So a lot of regulars. Glad you're all here with us. Looks like we are connecting on Facebook as well. So Randy's on with us. Leo's here. Weston's on. Glad you guys made it. Obviously running a few minutes behind tonight. If you guys saw the post, I was running home to eat dinner about not quite 2 hours ago, and a guy backed out of his driveway and plowed into the side of my truck. So obviously my night is completely off kilter. I'm completely cattywampus right now. Scott's here from San Antonio on Facebook. Lee from New York is here. Bill Wagaman made it. So that's what happened. That's why we're running a few minutes late. But we still got it done. And then, of course, the cop's computer wasn't working right when they were filling out the report and ended up taking, 45 or 50 minutes to do all the paperwork on it. So Scott's on with us. But Alex is here. So we'll see what happens. I'm sure that, it's pretty bad. I mean, it's fender, door, rocker, bed. It got the whole side. But, I seen him coming. So I actually hit the brakes, was swerving and on the horn, and he just kept right on coming. There was actually a car in front of me that he about got, and he saw that car and then stopped. And then as soon as that car went by, he just came right on out while I was behind the other car. So it wasn't, I'm fine, but it tore the truck up pretty bad. So John's here with us. So we'll see what the insurance company says. It's an 01, but it's a super clean 01. 01 Dodge half-ton short bed, no rust, a few little dingies and dents here, but it was body-wise, as far as no rust, as clean and as solid as you were going to get. So we'll see what the insurance company says. I'm sure they're not going to be very cooperative with it, but I guess we'll find out. Dale from New York City's here. Tweedledee, yes, I got yours yesterday, Tweedledee, so I do have your address, so I'll get your truck on the way this week. And you are in the raffle. So, yes, got it yesterday, Tweedledee. But, so we'll see what happens. I don't know. I mean, it was one of those pickups that I was going to run it for a little while. And then, and I was just going to rat hole it because it was such a clean little short bed. So we'll see what the insurance company has to say, because I have no clue. But being a 20-year-old pickup, I'm sure they're not going to be real inclined to want to do much with it. So we'll have to see what kind of a debate that turns into, because it's going to take some money to fix it. There's no doubt about it. John, I have not seen your payment. Did you send it to the 522 Morton address? Because I have not seen it, John. Jeff from Ottawa is on. But anyway, and a lot of comments about Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to everybody out there tonight. Obviously, we got started off kind of on the wrong foot a little bit tonight, so kind of got off topic, off course. So yeah, that's yeah. So did you use the 522 Morton address, John? I don't know if that's the one you used or not, but that's where I try to get everything sent. But I have not seen it, so. Okay, that's where you sent it. Yeah, I haven't seen it, so that is kind of odd. Number 1 is here. Oh, you're going to make an appearance now, huh? You're making an early appearance tonight? You are? You want to make an early appearance? You going to come say hi now? You are? Alan's here. Nate's on with us. Can I help you? Can I help you? Hey. You. Hey, I'm talking to you. Hey, come here. Meow. No, actually, the only reason the bike was in there was because I left my phone on the desk and I wasn't too far from the shop, so I had to walk back. while the cops were taking measurements to get my phone and my digital camera. So I just grabbed the pea picker and rode it back to the accident scene, so I could get back there quicker. But that's what. So that's why the pea picker was actually in the back of the pickup. It was not in the back of the pickup when I got hit. So the bicycle was okay. Yeah, exactly. Number one sounds familiar, huh? Alec is on with us from New Hampshire. Glad you made it, Alec. But anyway, on to tonight's episode, I guess. Dad's here with us. One thing that I want to mention, next Sunday night is going to be an up in the air. I'm not sure if we're going to be on or not. Jason, the old car guy, is on with us. Rocky Mountain Race Week starts next Saturday. So we will be racing all of next week, not this coming week, but the following week. So we will be on the road next Sunday, depending on what we've got for internet, where we're at that night, whether the hotel has good internet. If possible, I'll try to jump on for a little while and kind of keep things updated. But we will tomorrow, next Sunday is going to be a crapshoot. If we don't get on, don't be surprised. We'll try to get on and do something. Mark, the raffle prizes this month, the early California plates 22, 23, 28 is one package. The two in the package 1969 plates is one group, or the 1972 sample plate. Those three license plate packages are this month's raffle, Mark. So, yes, we are going to run all of Rocky Mountain Race Week after next. So, next Sunday night, I'll try to put a post up, 5 or 6 o'clock my time, just so if it looks like we're going to be able to do something. Obviously, it won't be a full episode, but we might try to jump on for a little bit, get you guys updated on how things are rolling and stuff like that. So, Alec missed last week's, had to work. Well, that's no fun. So we'll see. Number one was watching the Wikipedia. Never heard it put that way, but that's actually a great way to put it, because when it comes to Ford, it is the Wikipedia. There is no doubt about that. When it comes to Ford products, Jim is the Wikipedia. Perfect way to say that. I'm not running any nitro, Bill, but I am running nitrous. We did get the nitrous hooked to the setup on the car. That is ready to roll. That's taken a lot of time this week, but the nitrous is set up. Rocky Mountain Race Week is not going to Tulsa this year. It is all Kansas, Nebraska, and or actually Nebraska and Colorado, actually. So I don't think they're going. I think even 2.0 is up in this area this year. David W's on for a little bit tonight. Glad you jumped on for a bit. But thanks to my buddy Alan and Dave. Alan's got the nitrous tuned in. This guy, when it comes to tuning these computer-controlled cars, my buddy Alan is the man. So what I'm going to ask you guys to do is go check him out. Big Al's Garage on YouTube. Check out Alan's stuff. Let's give him a subscribe. He's at 968 subs right now. So let's get Alan to 1,000 subs. Big Al's Garage. Like I said, this dude has helped me out a ton. Great guy. We've done Rocky Mountain Race Week with him the last 2 years. This will be the third year we've run together. Awesome dude. And man, this dude is good when it comes to this electronic stuff. He's got, I think it's a 2018 Mustang with a supercharger, and that his thumbnail is a supercharger shot on that thing. Some super cool stuff on his channel about all this stuff that he does as far as tuning, turbos, superchargers. Just a really good dude. So be sure to check out Big Al's Garage. Let's get him some subs. Let's see if we can get him bumped up to 1,000 subscribers. So that obviously took a lot of time this week. Getting the Road Week program finished up. Got the trophies ordered because I take care of a lot of that for Matt, my good friend Matt Frost that owns Rocky Mountain Race Week. So I'm helping him once again this year with the Road Week package side of things. We got the trophies ordered for that. Can't wait to see what shows up for Road Week. And if you guys aren't familiar, obviously Rocky Mountain Race Week, you go from the track to track, but you can only get so many race cars down the track at one time. So road week means you can just bring your car and cruise and have a great time. So Alan's on with us. All right. So super excited for that. Alan is on right now with us on YouTube, Big Al's Garage. So he popped up right there. Be sure to check him out. Let's get him up to 1,000 subs. The guy's been a godsend for me and for helping me and Addie get the Trans Am tuned in on the nitrous. And so super excited to see what happens. So glad Alan's on with us tonight. Numero uno's number 969. So, so we're going the right direction. But like I said, Old Car Guy's got him covered. Awesome. Perfect. Appreciate that too. That's right. That's why we're hitting this thing with a 30 shot, 30 horsepower of nitrous. It's like a puff. So, but that's all we need because we're running the 14.0 class. So you've got to run as close as you can to 14.0. You can't run 13.99. If you run a 13.99, that time slip is no good. You can't turn it in. That's the other great thing about Rocky Mountain Race Week. You can do something really super wild, 6-7 second street car and run all out, heads up, or you can run an index class because they've got, I know they've got 10.0, 11.0, 12.0, and 14.0. They may even have I don't know if they have a 9.0 or not. But so you can literally bring anything and play and have a great time. So that's what's so awesome about it. Believe it or not, Alan is taking his Explorer. I think he's taking an Explorer. Yeah, he's taking an Explorer, and his wife Nikki's driving it. And Alan's doesn't have a really regular Explorer. His Explorer will run his daily normal driver Explorer. Now that Alan's done with it, runs well into the 12s on their daily drivers. But like I said, he knows his stuff. So looking forward to all that. It's going to be an awesome time. Johnny Z's on with us. Glad to see you guys supporting Alan. Excited to see what happens. Got to get him up to 1,000 subs. I'm excited about it. I'm excited for what he's done to help me out. And like I said, the guy's just so good. It's scary. So, but as always, Rocky Mountain Race Week is always a ton of fun. If you guys are anywhere near Kearney, Bandimere, or Pueblo, please come out and see us next week. John, got to run tonight. Okay, perfect, John. No problem. Just keep me posted. Pete's on. All right. Big Al's Garage. And his little thumbnail is a picture of a supercharger on his Mustang. So, have not heard from Norma for a couple weeks. No, I have not. So anyway, if you get out that way, come check us out. Like I said, with the Road Week cars, you never know what's going to happen. Literally, you never know what's going to happen. Eloy's here. Yeah. Nate puts a supercharger on his car and he's going to get outrun by an Explorer. But not only do we do Road Week as far as like cool hot rods, we also give an award for Spirit of Road Week. Now, if you guys didn't catch the Rocky Mountain Race Week videos last year, the guys that won the Spirit Award were the Candyman van. And I don't know if you guys saw that or not. These lunatics, they had the week of their lives. They found a trucker that had a pallet of gummy nerds that they had to get rid of, so they gave them to these guys. They bought a $200 minivan in Washington State, had stickers put on it that said Candyman van, got these big purple velvet Willy Wonka coats, and they ran the whole circuit throwing out bags of gummy nerds. It was off the rails. Those guys had more fun than anybody on the trip. Needless to say, they smoked the Spirit of Race Week award. So, but that just set the bar way up here for anybody else going for Spirit of Race Week. And I've heard through the grapevine that those guys are coming back with a new game. And they're gunning for it again. They took home the first Spirit of Race Week, and it sounds like they're coming out swinging to make sure nobody knocks them off the throne. So the Spirit of Race Week is going to be awesome. So I'm really looking forward to see what the A game these guys are bringing, or if somebody else tries to outdo them. So it's going to be awesome. It's going to be a great time. So love being able to be part of the Road Week program with Matt. Matt and June run an awesome show. They run an awesome program. Get out, check it out. It's a lot of fun, and that's why we do it every year. It's great running with our friends Alan and Dave and everybody else on it. And there's a few other people from Great Bend that go, plus all the people. We've got a lot of friends that's the only time of the year you see them. We just know them on race week. We know we're going to see them, and that's a great time. So I'm not sure. I'm sure there's going to be a live feed. Chad did it last year with Bang Shift. I'm not sure if Bang Shift is doing it again, but I will. Whatever we get put up, we'll get some content up while we're doing it, and I'll make sure to let you guys know where the where the live feed is going to be, and see if we can get where you guys can keep up with some of that stuff. So, but I'm sure there's going to be a live feed. The last couple years, it has been on bangshift.com. Not sure if that's where they're doing it again this year, but I will keep you updated on that. Bear that in mind. And looking forward to a great week. And like I said, we'll try to get on next Sunday for a while. Sunday is a drive day, so if we get to the hotel at a decent time, don't have any issues or any problems, then we can probably jump on for a while, get you guys updated, and then we'll definitely have all that information for you as well. Old School made it. So anyway, that's what we've been working on this week. And we'll continue to work on this coming week, getting things ready to go for race week. So, but like I said, please come out and see us if you can, and support the event. It is one of the best groups of people you will ever be around. And every year I tell you these guys, tell you about this, guys. I'm going to run it by you one more time real quick, and then we're going to move on. But the quality of people on this thing is second to none. I've seen guys the guy that's in first place will take his spare part out of his trunk and hand it to the guy running second place so they can make another pass. If you have problems on the road, your biggest problem is too many people trying to stop and help you, because it is that kind of quality of people. Now, once in a while, there is somebody that does get an attitude. It's going to happen, especially in any sort of motorsports. But if you want to have an attitude at this deal, you can leave. And there are 200 other people that will help you leave. And there is a waiting list a mile long to get into this deal. So it's just it's a brotherhood, it's a camaraderie, and it's an amazing thing. So please come check it out. If not, follow us on the live feed. I will keep you guys updated with some content from there while we're going as well. We haven't given you any badges yet tonight, though, which kind of surprised nobody's asked about that. We'll get them stuck in there. So that's what's been happening. What happened this year as far as inventory, or this week as far as inventory? We've been trying to squeeze in the new inventory in this section because it all kind of runs together. I didn't have anything coming to the yard. Now this may shock. Well, actually, this probably isn't going to shock anybody. I bought another Trans Am this week. So, yeah, that probably shocked absolutely nobody on here. So, I did get another Trans Am this week for me, so we'll see what we end up doing with that car. But that's the only thing. We got so much rain this week that there was no point in even trying to go anywhere to pick anything up. And even if I did, don't have hardly enough room to unload anything because there was only so few spots I can get to in the yard. The one that I bought this week is an 01 WS6 coupe. 57,000 miles on a pewter 01 WS6 coupe. So, yep, one more closer to 100. So anyway, can we see? I think I got a picture on my phone. I don't have a good picture. We'll do a video or something on it here one of these days. Yep, there it is. That's the one I got this week. And there was absolutely no one that was shocked that I bought another Trans Am. So let's see. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Either I'm going to keep it or Dad might take it. I don't know what we're going to do with it yet. We haven't decided. Yeah, but that Trans Am don't haul parts very good back and forth to the yard. So that ain't going to work out real good, Kenny. No, I have not heard anything from Doug. I didn't realize Broken Arrow got hit pretty hard last night. No, I have not heard anything about that. I did not know Broken Arrow got hit bad with storms. We had a ton of storms here last night. Of course, we've had a ton of storms for the last week. As a matter of fact, that's another thing that kind of irks me. Not last night, but last Saturday, a week ago, we had real bad storms. And with Addie's truck and Shayla's car in the garage, I didn't have room to put that silver truck in the garage at home. I slept at the shop a week ago Saturday night because I didn't want that silver truck to sit out in the storms. Obviously, it didn't do me much good, but I literally slept at the shop a week ago one night because I couldn't get that truck inside. I had plenty of room. I got room in the shop to put it in. Put it in the shop here, left it here, crashed down here, and then it gets wrecked a week later. So Pete's daughter in Tulsa's not had power all day. Huh. Okay, no, I haven't heard any of that. I'll have to check in with Doug and see if they had any damage. So. But anyway, that's kind of what I had to talk about. Let's get to the promo model, some badges and some emblems, a little bit of story time, and we got some awesome auction stuff. We got a full night tonight, even though we're starting a little bit late. Bill Disk lost big trees and 150,000 still out of power. So that's how you know you're a car guy. You don't want your truck sit outside, you sleep at the shop. That's what I did, only to have it crashed a week later. So anyhow, meow. What are you doing, dummy? Meow. 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 You gonna knock everything off the desk again? You are? You're about to. Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't the 78 Ford or my other big Dodge. I've got that same body style of Dodge. It's a diesel that's a 90,000 mile truck that I ordered new. So, no, Big Al, he's right here in Great Bend. There is a couple of Big Al's garage, but it's Big Al's garage, and he's got a picture. His thumbnail is a picture of a supercharger. And if you look at the channel, it's racing stuff with his Mustang and Rocky Mountain Race Week stuff and things like that. So, Big Al's garage, he's right here in Kansas. He's literally across town from me. So, yeah, be sure to check him out and give him a sub. What? You're here to meow and knock stuff off the desk, aren't you? Is that what you're here to do? That's what I thought. That's exactly what you're here to do. Meow and knock stuff off the desk. Anyway, let's give you a Hudson badge. Let's keep on moving into the promo model. There's the Big Al's in Canada, too. Yep. No, Big Al's in Kansas. And like I said, we'll try to maybe we'll do some videos with Alan while we're on Race Week, squeeze some of that stuff in. But be sure to check him out. Let's get him to 1,000 subs. That's right, Alex. That's a good point. He's the one with 975 subs. So that's a great way to put it, Alex. What? But anyway, Auburn badge. On the Nights promo. Good looking car, good looking color. This is an early, because it was a split year body style, 1963 Ford Galaxy 2-door hardtop in Ming Green Poly. Mark says we'll get him to 1,000. Perfect. I'd appreciate it, guys. Let's see if we can make it happen for him. This is a sharp car. I really like this one. Like I said, this is the early version with the standard roof. Now, obviously, 63.5. And if you caught the Meekum video with Jim Wicks, he explained some of that when they went to the fastback roof line for NASCAR racing. It even had a little wick across the top on the fastback. So this is an early 63, not the 63.5 Ford Galaxy. Ming Green Poly is what they call it. It's kind of a metallic teal color. I don't know what it looks like on your screen. This is a pretty nice promo. It's got all the original tires and wheels on it. It does have some damage to the left A-pillar. Kevin's a fan of it right here. But the front of the car is intact. The bumper corners are here. The fender ornaments are here. And the rear of it, all intact. Lights are here. This does have a full interior in it with buckets and console, if you guys can see that. So this is a cool one. I was excited about this one when I was polishing it up. Took a little rubbing compound to it, put some good color back on it. And this is a Ford. It does have the detail on the bottom of it with the specifics on it. I don't know if you guys can make some of that stuff out or not. But all of the selling points for the 63 Ford. Let's see, what's it say? My buddy Mike was just calling. I should have answered it, actually. Mike just called. Mike, the tractor guy, just called. I should have just answered it. The look, the power, and the feel of the fabulous Thunderbird in the Galaxy. Galvanized rocker panels beneath the doors. Critical body area, zinc armored against rust and corrosion. Wide contoured frame protects all passengers. Adjusts its own brakes. Extended life mufflers. All kinds of cool information on the bottom of this thing. We'll text Mike back real quick. All right, so he knows what's going on. He was just calling because I sent him the pictures of the truck. Bill Disc wants one. That's right, yeah. That is true, Alex. You know, what Wix teaches us is amazing. I'm super excited every time he agrees to do videos with us because we always learn something from him. But this 63 Galaxy, like I said, one I don't have that I've always been kind of looking for, Burl likes the color as well, is the 64 Galaxy. Out of all these early 64 promos I have, I do not have any 64 Galaxies, which is probably my favorite early 60s Ford. But this one, I love this color. Like I said, even though you probably can't see the metallic teal really, but it is a sharp car with the original white walls, original hubcaps, no broken bumpers. Not perfect. It's got a few flaws in it. There's a stain right here on the trunk lid and a scratch on the roof. Some little minor details, things like that. But overall, pretty nice promo. And Mike said that would have been bad if I'd have put him on speaker. On this little 63 Galaxy. David W.'s dad had a 62 convertible, and 62 and 63 roof line was very same, except that his dad's was a convertible. But so, like I said, sharp car. I was kind of excited about that one. I'm getting into these promos more because I get these out of the box. I don't want them looking dungy and dirty, so I get some rubbing compound, polish them up a bit, and I get excited when these things come out. Really, it's really kind of rejuvenated me on my promo collection as well. So I'm really glad that you guys had the idea to start doing this. That's a badge. And now that we're done with the promo, now we need to do some badges and emblems. There's one problem with badges and emblems. Somebody is sitting on them. Hey, can I have the badges and emblems, please? Hey, you're sitting on my stuff. You don't care. All right, hold on. I got to get to the badges and emblems. Let's check comments here real quick. It is kind of art, Leo, that's for sure. Dale used to drive a black 63 Country sedan wagon. Oh, man, that thing would have been killer. A black 63 Country sedan wagon with red interior. That thing would be awesome today. Yeah, I bet you do wish you still had it. That would have been a great car. These actually were, Alec, these were just ornaments. These weren't directionals. These were just a chrome ornament they bolted on top of the fender. So they were not like turn signals. It was just a kind of a peak chrome trim they put on them. Scott, his dad's thinking about picking up a car at Mecum, Kansas City. Yeah, that's definitely, yep. Just let me know or keep us posted as we get closer to Kansas City. We'll plan on going. Or you can come out here to F&E in October, on October 7th as well. So, yeah, just chrome ornaments on the top of the fenders. Now, let me see if I can get back to the badges and emblems. Hey, can I have the emblems, please? You got to move. All right, hold on. I got to move the cat. Mike from New Waverly, Texas is here. Yes, you got to move. All right. Okay, I got him out from under her. She stood up, but she didn't move. Okay. As always, we'll start off with something pre-war, and then we're going to get into post-war, and we're going to check out some cool stuff and talk about these particular vehicles. But first off, we're going to talk about Auburn badge. How about that? This first one, little over 100 years old. Obviously going pre-war. We definitely know it's going to be earlier. Yes, I disturbed you. Wham. Get over it. Plus, it's a little bit different. It's not an enamel badge, and it's not a car badge. It's a heavy-duty truck badge, which is kind of cool because I like some of the big truck stuff too as well, even though I'm not into them all that much. But this thing is awesome. It is an amazing finish. It is 102 years old. On this tag for drain and renew oil every 500 miles for your 1921 Mack. Check this thing out. You are in the way. Hey, don't bite me. Hey, you're in my way. Don't bite me. I'm going to give you a dimension as soon as I can get the tape measure if she will quit trying to bite me while I grab for the tape measure. No! Cat, you're cruising for a bruising. Why are you trying to bite me? It's my tape measure. Yes. Finally. Now, I will give you guys some dimensions on this 1921 Mack plate. Yeah, bite back. Yeah, I said bite back. What do you think of that? 5 inches. It's right at 5 inches long and 2 inches high. So this is a really cool piece. This came out of the collection we got in Missouri. That's right, Brian Great Kitty got no respect. Yeah. She's calming back down now. Sitting down. This is a brass tag. This is original finish. I've not polished this, have not done anything to it. It is nice and flat. It has not been damaged. It is a beautiful piece. And looking at the feedback, a lot of you guys really dig it as well. Drain and renew oil every 500 miles Mack. This is a 1921 model AB Mack badge is what I found on one of the greatest websites ever, AmericanAutoEmblems.com. So, nope, I have one. This is it. This is mine. Yeah, and that's why I haven't polished it, David W., because it looks so good in this original condition that, if you did, I think you would almost screw it up. 102 years old and still looks this awesome. So, obviously, we need to jump up a few years to a post-war vehicle. Actually, this wouldn't make a very good belt buckle. It's too thin. You would have to, mount this to something else to make it a belt buckle. I don't know when they started with the dog. I think they had the dog back then. Looks like it's hanging on a wall for 100 years. Well, it was in that collection that come out of Missouri that and I don't know if you guys remember where I got a lot of my badges. I picked up a lot other places, but the bulk of my badges were all bought out of a collection in Missouri from a gentleman who was helping a family sell off their dad's collection. They actually, the gentleman that had collected all this stuff, and his family was the one that was helping him sell it, but he was in his 90s. He has since passed away, but they actually, the older gentleman that had collected all this stuff, his dad had a scrapyard in the 30s and 40s. And when all this stuff came in during the World War II drives, he saved all these badges. No, it is not coated or anything, Merle. It is just strictly brass with this background's a little bit darker color. So, Brian Dispatch, we need 21 more subs for Big Al. So let's see if we can get it. Let's see if we can get 21 more for Big Al. Get him to 1,000, or tell some of your friends that like Race Week or drag racing to be sure to check him out. So, but no, it's just strictly original. I mean, you could polish this and make this really shine with this brass. But super cool piece. Let's move up to post-war. And this one, maybe a Hudson badge to think about it. The front of those trucks looked like bulldogs, the soldier said, so the dog came right after that. Okay, that makes perfect sense, Bill. That was off, I believe, after World War I think you said. After World War I. Perfect. That's what Bill told us. So this next ornament could be used as a weapon. It would make like a great ninja throwing star. It would definitely hurt. It is definitely sharp, and it is definitely heavy. This is a hood ornament for a mid-60s era Lincoln. Check this beast out. Now, the chrome's a little weak on this particular piece. It should be a nice, bright, shiny chrome. This one has shown a little age. The chrome has lost a little of its shine. But this is solid pot metal. You can see the base on this thing is solid and thick. So it's got a little bit of mass to it. You can see these points on it. So you can kind of see where this could actually, work as a Lincoln hood ornament, ninja throwing star, dagger type thing, So it does serve multiple purposes, and this is probably the reason why hood ornaments became spring-loaded in the 70s because of this thing. Mark says it'll definitely draw blood. So obviously the Suicide Lincolns from the mid-60s, off the rails on popularity right now. This thing stood about 3.5 inches tall. Not counting the little nub here to mount it, it's about 3.5 inches tall. Alec is on at Big Al's Garage. 20 more to go. Or that's right, crosshairs. And the side measurement, 4.5. 4.5 out to these tips on this beast of a Lincoln hood ornament. So, like I said, Lincoln hood ornament, ninja throwing star, hey, it's your choice. But still a cool piece. The cars obviously, have had a huge resurgence. One of the hottest cars on the market right now. Guys are doing some amazing things with one. I got a buddy building one right now with a Boss motor in it. And this thing is over the rails awesome. Yeah, a Boss motor in a Suicide Lincoln. A Ford Boss motor. It's mid-60s, Mark. 65, probably 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all those right in that window is what this would have covered. Ben's got a 67 hardtop Continental. Need to sell it. Yeah, it's a good time to be selling them. Tire flattener. Yeah, if you ran over it, I'm sure it could do that as well. It's in Nashville. If it is a 67, Ben's got one in Nashville. Because those cars are cool. So there it is. The Lincoln hood ornament, ninja throwing star, whatever you want to use it for the post-war badge, and of course the awesome 1921 drain and renew oil Mack badge from a 1921 Mack AB truck. Leo is ready for some auctions. Leo is loading. Bill Disc is loading. Everybody's getting loaded up. Well, let's get to story time real quick, and then we will get to the auctions. David W. Dad, 85 Olds still had the spring ornament. Yeah, everything after the early 70s went to spring loaded. Alec liked the badges tonight. Glad you guys enjoyed them. And pretty neat pieces. On to story time. Story time, the new segment we started a few months back, which is another great idea that you guys had on an old car that Dad and I drug in years ago. Look at it, look at some pictures, check a few things out, and tell a short story about it. And that's what we've got tonight. But tonight, we're actually going to go back to the beginning. Back to the beginning of a segment we just started a couple months ago. But I've got an addition to the segment. So, what are you knocking off now? Just a highlighter. Okay, good. If you guys remember what the first one that we did on this, kind of what started it all, the 1940 Ford Coupe Shine Runner. I'm sure you guys remember these pictures. And maybe you're new, maybe you weren't here when we looked at them the first time. But this thing was super cool. Came out of a pasture up in Nebraska. And, you know, obviously a 40 Ford coupe body, always cool to find. Check out the dash. This was on the dash. Hand painted, not a sticker, not a vinyl decal. That was painted on the dash. Bullet holes, real bullet holes. Roof was pretty rough because it was sitting on its roof when we found it. And then there was that funny little thing. 19 more. We need 19 more subs for Big Al. Somebody cut the trunk out of this thing. That's kind of odd. Looked like there may have had like a dump tank in there or something. That's weird. So I think this was an old Shine Runner. Now, I told you guys I had other pictures of that car. Just had to find them. Well, I found them the other night. As we walked into the pasture, this is what we saw as we were walking up. This is the angle that we came in from. 68's when they started with spring-loaded hood ornaments. Thanks, Kevin. As we walked into the pasture, pulled in the gate, and started walking over to this group of cars, this is what we saw. And as we were walking up, I kind of started swinging around. Dad's walking up, and he goes, at first I almost thought that this car here, he goes, I almost thought that was a 40 Ford coupe. Well, it turns out that was a 42 Ford coupe. But as I walked around the group of cars, I said, no. I hollered back at that. I said, no, the 40's over here. That's how we found it. That literally is exactly how we found it. Yes, Pete, they were going to be river cars. That's why they drug them out there on the roof. They slid easy on the roof, so they drug them out there on the roof. They were destined to go into this creek, is where they were headed. Fortunately, it didn't make it there. But that's what these were going to be, were river cars. So obviously we drug the 40 out of there. This 42, we also got it out. It was kind of tricky. And you can see why. Here's the 42. Anything look odd about trying to get that 42 Ford coupe out of there? Yes, Bill, that's exactly what they did. They shoved them over the edge of the river along the banks to prevent erosion. That is exactly what these cars was going to happen to these cars. So we got that 42 Ford coupe out of there, but obviously it looks like it was going to be a little bit of a challenge because you can see there's one big problem on getting that 42 coupe out of there. Big Al's Garage, Great Bend, Kansas. That's us. But here it is. We got it out. There it is away from the tree. And here is how we left it. I had to pull the front clip and then cut the frame because it wasn't, you weren't getting it out of that tree. So that was the adventure of when we actually went and where we actually found that 40 Ford Coupe. No, it wasn't going into the river at that point, that's for sure. So I don't know if I had any of those pictures of that 42 laying around anywhere after I got it back or not, but that was what happened. There was also a 1950 Chevy convertible in that row that we pulled out of there. And I don't think I had any pictures of it in this group. The 40, we sold both of them. Sold the 42 and sold the 40. They're both, we sold both of them. This was 20 years ago, 22 years ago. I was still working for Chrysler. Yeah, I was still working for Chrysler, so it was probably 2000. Yeah, probably right around 2000. Yeah, and actually it's kind of tough to see, but this was actually a 50 Chevy convertible as well. We pulled it out of that row too. So there you have it. There's the rest of the story. I told you guys I had the rest of the pictures of where this car came from. And since I stumbled across them, that's the whole point of doing story time, is we want to share those stories and the adventures, and that's what's cool about it, and that's what's fun. So I hope you guys like that one tonight. Okay, I guess that means it is auction time. Who's ready for some auctions? Let me get myself organized here a little bit, get my notepad out as we start going over some of the details. And actually, we never did hit any of our housekeeping earlier tonight, but we better do it right now just in case somebody's on the Nobody Show Facebook page, since we're getting into the auctions. Thanks, Paul Harvey. That's pretty cool, too. I never heard anybody call me Paul Harvey. But that tells me, if you're calling me Paul Harvey, that means I'm telling a good story. And I will take that. I will absolutely take that compliment, and I appreciate that, Bill. No, the only one that looked like it was set up as a shine runner was that 40. The rest of them didn't look like they were set up with a dump tank. Leo's keeping his Nova. Probably a good idea, Leo. But obviously, we forgot to do housekeeping autocorrect. Please double check your comments before you hit send in case autocorrect changes it. Trolls, I ignore the trolls. You guys run them off. I appreciate that. The Nobody Show Facebook page. I cannot see those comments. This is a shared video from the Nobody Else's Auto Facebook page. So if you want to comment or participate in the auctions we're getting ready to kick off, you will need to be on the Nobody Show YouTube channel or the Nobody Else's Auto Facebook page. Those are the only two sets of comments I can see. Obviously, getting into the auctions, as always, I will hold up a piece. We will look at it. We will examine it. We will talk about that particular vehicle. We will talk about any flaws in the particular piece. I will give you some dimensions on it. We'll check it out. As we're doing that, if you guys are interested in it, go ahead and throw a bid out there so I know that we've got some interest in it. Once we get done with that, we will put it on a timer on my cell phone right here. I keep it right in front of me. I will hit the timer. We will go 2 minutes on each piece. I will tell you when 1 minute has passed. I will tell you when 1 minute, 30 seconds has passed. Everybody has a delay depending on your device and your internet service. PC, laptop, tablet, smart TV, phone, all those can affect your service as well as your internet provider. So some people have a 2 or 3 second delay. Some people have a 30-second delay. So I will announce all the bids on the first few items we hold up, even if it's not the high bid, just so you guys know when I am seeing those bids. I will tell you when 1 minute has passed, when 1:30 has passed. When I tell you 1:30 has passed, it's time to be thinking about your maximum bid if you're going to jump in on some of this stuff. It was a big tree, Mark. It would have made a mess trying to cut it down because I don't know where you're going to. Plus, if it fell the wrong way, it smashed all the rest of the cars. So I will tell you at that point when 1 minute has passed, when 1:30 has passed, and there is 1 minute right now. When I tell you 1:30 has passed, it's time to throw your max bid out there because we don't know how long it's going to take to get to me. The technology is great, but we definitely do have some issues with it on some late information and late comments. Non-U.S. bidders, feel free to go ahead and play. However, you will have to get me paid in U.S. funds as well as cover shipping. I think everything tonight is going to have shipping included. In the 48 states. And if it's out of the 48 states, you're welcome to bid, but we can't spend a ton of money shipping a few small things out of the country because this thing feeds itself. I use this money to buy more things for the auction. And if we spend a fortune shipping 2 or 3 packages out of the country, then it kind of torpedoes it for everybody. But you are more than welcome to play. Cash, check, money order, Western Union, PayPal, friends and family. Any of those are good. If you've got any questions, my phone number is in the description part of the video. Go ahead and call me tomorrow. If there's something you're interested in, you want to bid on it, go ahead and bid. And if you're not sure how to get me paid or how to get it handled, then just give me a shout tomorrow. And that's right, Mark, full dollar increments. I don't care if you only bid $1. If it's got a $10 bid, I don't care if you bid 11, but I don't want to get into change because then it gets too complicated and too many different things going on. So full dollar amounts, as always, please. And actually, that was the front. That was the chunk of the frame, Brian. That was literally the front part of the frame. Figured if somebody was going to build it, they were going to subframe it anyway. So I literally just cut the frame and left it there. Yep, Leo, I did, and I went ahead. You had a pretty full box, Leo, so I went ahead and shipped it. And I've got most everything shipped. I got Tweedled's address now. I just got it yesterday, so that'll go out tomorrow or Tuesday. And I just got Pete's payment, so that stuff didn't go. Other than that, we're in pretty good shape. The rest of the raffle prizes have all been shipped, so we're in pretty good shape on that stuff. And we'll hopefully have another batch going out tomorrow of cool stuff for you guys. So anyway, let's go ahead and get rolling. Let's have an Auburn badge to be thinking about. That's right, Leo. You guys got a great box coming. So Michael's ready to rumble. Everybody's ready to rumble. Leo's ready to rumble. Perfect Bill, I'll be watching for it. Nut Farms here. Randy's on with us. That's right. That's a good point, Brian. The frame is probably 10 feet higher. Kenny got his stuff awesome. Oh, where do we want to start off with tonight? As always, we'll start off with a few smaller items, a few cheaper things, so everybody kind of gets in the feel and sees where the delays are at tonight, since it does change from time to time. We do have little grease caps. We've got Addy caps. We've got license plates. We've got literature. We've got badges. We've got emblems. We've got cord stuff. We've got hood ornaments. Holy cow. Once again, we are refilled to the max. Brian's ready for some auction action. Where do we start? Let's just start right here on top. A little bit cheaper, but something we haven't done. It's a license plate we haven't done. It's a little bit rougher. Yeah, there's a few toys in here too, Weston. They're actually buried under some other stuff, so I didn't even see them. This first piece, it's a little rough, but I don't think we've ever sold this one. It's not rusty, it's just banged up and the paint's faded a little bit. But it is super cool, it is small, it is super unique, and it's a license plate I don't think we've done. It is a 1944, so it is a wartime Kansas truck plate. Like I said, it's a little bit rough, but it's super rare. This is a small plate. Now, if we compare this to the sample plate, this is a normal size plate that we're used to, we can see the size difference. So it is smaller because of wartime rationing. So let's put that back up there for the raffle and give you the actual dimensions on this thing. These were 10 inches, right at 10 inches in 1944. This is the only year they used this small plate. By 4 3/8. I got Alec at 15 on Facebook. Alec at 15 starting us off. This plate was originally kind of an off-white with red lettering. We can see that there. It is bent up a little bit. It is not perfectly straight. The holes are torn out a little bit, not bad. It is solid. It's not rusted out or falling apart. Charles at 16 on YouTube. And since it does have the T on it, it is a truck plate. So very unique. Alex at 25 on this super cool war era small version metal conserving 1944 Kansas truck plate. Let's get this thing on the timer and get boogieing. Get my notes made here. Travis at 27. Were those dimensions nationally mandated or left to each state? I'm not sure, Pete. I think they did them differently, but I'm not sure. Because I know like the 1 minute has passed. We have to the 1 minute mark. Travis had 27. Like the 43 Missouri was that piece that went almost all the way across the top. 43 Kansas was just a small tag in the corner. It was just a metal conserving deal, but I don't know if it was federally mandated or just a state deal, state by state deal to cooperate and try to conserve metal for the war effort. Travis at 27 as we hit the minute 30 mark. Minute 30 has passed. Travis at 27. $20 seconds to go. Coming down to the wire. I got a few matchbooks, Mark. Travis at 27. Anybody going to sneak in on this one at the last second? No, Travis at 27. Alex at 30, just a bit. It was definitely too late. Shopcat's here. Next thing we're going to sell, I'm going to show you a couple of hood ornaments, but they're rough. They're cool, but they're rough. But since they're kind of rough, I'm going to give you a 2-for-1 deal on hood ornaments, which hood ornaments are always great. Anyway, these are not busted up. They're just pitted up. So Michael's here. Michael probably not cruising in the 7098 convertible, but he stopped by to hang out with us for a while. This first hood ornament, big old Cadillac. But like I said, it is rough. Got these from Tim, Mr. Good Pliers, when I stopped by and saw him last time. So display pieces, they're fine, but not something you'd want to put on a car. John's here with us. John, I did not have that gravel shield. I was going to call you tomorrow. I did not have one. So I had you on my list to call tomorrow. So glad you jumped on so I could let you know. This Cadillac hood ornament, this is mid-50s, 54, 55 era. It is intact. It's not busted, but it is heavily pitted on this Cadillac Goddess. This is a solid pot metal piece. It does have some bulk to it. It's a cool display piece. It's a cool bar or man cave piece, but it is not a good piece for a car. This is 14 3/4 long. Yeah, it is right in that era of 55. There's some slight differences in those, but Brian at 30, 4 5/8 across on the Cadillac. Now, since this one's kind of rough, I'm going to throw another one in. Travis at 33, you're also going to get the Plymouth. Once again, cool design. You've got the sailing ship here. It's just a lot of pits. It's not busted up. Or no, it's, well, I don't know if it's chipped on the back or not. I don't think it is. I can't tell if it's chipped on the back or not. It is fairly uniform if it is chipped. If it's chipped, I'm going to tell you it's chipped, but I'm not sure. Michael at 40. So that might be chipped at the back, but it does have the ship on it, the sailing ship, 52-ish Plymouth, something like that. Michael at 40. On the pair, I'm going to sell you both of them. Since they're kind of rough, but they're still cool pieces, we're just going to let them fly together. Michael at 40. Let's get this thing on the timer and let's get boogieing. Travis at 42. You are getting both one-shot deal. Hood badge bundle, that's right. These are kind of heavy, actually. I'm trying to keep looking ahead here and keep things moving. Any steering wheels? Not tonight, I don't. Michael at 50 on the pair. As we hit the 1 minute mark, Michael at 50. Get a little better look at them. Like I said, they're not nice, but they are cool, man cave bar type pieces. Brian at 55. 1 minute, 30 seconds has passed. Brian at 55. Now's the time to be thinking about those maximum bids. Brian at 55. 20 seconds left to go. Michael at 56. Michael at 56. Burl at 45, but we already had a Burl. We'll go over that in a second. A few seconds left. And that does it. Michael at 56 does it. Michael Brown at 56, heading up to hang out with the 7098 convertible. Burl, you can do check, money order, and just put those in the mail. You can do Western Union. You can do PayPal, friends and family. All that information is in the description part of this video. So you are on Facebook, but it's the same box. And also my phone number is in there as well. So if you get something tonight and you're not sure about how to pay for it, just give me a call tomorrow morning and we'll get it straightened out. So go ahead, Burl, if there's something you're interested in, jump in there. And if you're still not sure how to handle it, give me a shout tomorrow morning. We'll get it figured out. No big deal. What's up next? Something else that we've been having a lot of fun with. I've got several boxes of these. I've got one that I'm working on right now, but I know I've got a lot more to come. And that is on these little aluminum grease caps from the 20s. These are great pieces. This one, I'm not sure exactly which one it is, but I think it's a Plymouth. It's got a big P on it. So my guess is it is a Plymouth on this. Could be Pontiac, but I think it's Plymouth. Randall got his stuff. Awesome. Check this grease cap out. Now, like we talked about, these were on the axles, typically in the center of the wooden wheels. These literally were threaded grease caps. You can see the threads inside of this piece right here. These literally screwed on. Yeah, the 98 is running and driving. Randall, the Nut Farm at 20. I think it's Plymouth, but that's a guess. It's got dings and dents in it. I mean, these things took a beating while they were on the road, but they're still great pieces. I had to take them down and move them because I was doing some stuff in the shop, but I had a ton of these hanging in the shop, and I got to get them hung back up because they are great. Alex at 33 on the P cap. Dimensions real quick. Where'd my tape measure go? This one is about just under 4 inches in diameter. So let's go ahead and get rolling. We've got Alex at 33, Travis at 34 on the little grease cap in P. I don't think it's Peterbilt. It's about the size of a car. So I'm guessing this would probably be, or it could be. I mean, there was a lot of weird manufacturer. It could have been Peerless or something like that. But the most common thing would be something like a Plymouth, in all honesty. I could have. I've got a bunch of these grease caps, so we could have done one a few weeks ago too. I don't know. Packard, that's another good idea, Michael. As we hit the 1 minute mark, I've got Travis at 34. Oh, speaking of Packard, you guys don't want to miss what's coming up for Packard. So Randall does think it's a Chrysler product, so then it would be Plymouth. But. And there's the minute 30 mark. Travis at 34, on at the minute 30 mark. But yeah, I've got 4 or 5 boxes of these things, so some of these are going to pop up more than once. I'm not going to say they won't. So Alex at 40. Coming out of the wire, I've got Alex at 40, keeping an eye on both formats as we tick this thing down to the last few seconds. And that'll do it, Alex at 40. How about a cool little piece of literature for our Ford fans? This is the 1955 Ford Farm, Ranch, and Home Almanac, edited by John Strom. 318 ways to make more profit on your land, 257 ideas for happier, better country living, 391 how-to-do-it drawings, 110 money-making sidelines, and 216 new research discoveries you can use, every page in color. Is there any such thing as a Ford fan? I don't know, Michael. There are some cool Fords. I like my 78 F-250. The 50s Fords I'm not big into, but I guess we'll find out. But it is a cool book. It cost $1 in 1955 for the new Ford Farm, Ranch, and Home Almanac. It is a fairly thick little book. It does have a little damage up here. We'll take a look at a few pages in it. It is almost 7 3/4 tall. Mark started us off at 5 by about 5 1/4. So let's look at a couple of things in here real quick. The inside cover, the Ford 1955 Almanac, copyright 1954 by the Ford Motor Company. Travis at 10, Michael at 5 as well. We got Travis at 10. There's a lot of color in here. There's some car stuff in here, but there is a lot of other stuff in here as well. Including, obviously, farm and ranch type stuff, livestock, crops. Dennis at 12. Hogs. They cover a little bit of everything. Travis at 14. Tractor safety. And as we get to the center of the book, modern transportation for the farm. New 55 Ford cars, trucks, and tractors are designed to offer you the finest equipment for enriching today's country living. And this is where it gets really good. Just phenomenal artwork. Super cool piece. Read the safe part later in the hospital. Yep. Travis at 18. Check out the ranch wagons. Yeah, Pete, the artwork is great in this thing. It's a neat book. Travis at 18. And then, of course, the trucks. Check out the COE. Dennis at 21. The V8 engines. Let's go ahead and get this thing on the timer as well. We'll go ahead and get this on the timer as we keep looking at a few more things in here. What every owner should know about maintenance. Chickens are easy to raise. Dennis at 21. "17 ways to make money while living in the country." Yeah, you got all you guys are loving the artwork, and it is great. It really is. So tons of cool stuff in here. As we come up on the 1 minute mark, and there it is, 1 minute has now passed. 208 pages in this book. So it is a fairly thick little book, 208 pages. And we are ticking down on this thing. We are past 1 minute. Dennis at 21. Check out this guy. Mark at 22. There's the minute 30 mark. Minute 30 has passed. We're coming down to the end of this one. Mark at 22. And, of course, Ford tractors. Randall tried pheasants once. Not so good. Mark at 22. Leo at 28. Dennis at 25. I got Leo at 28. We're coming out of the wire. A few seconds left on the 1955 Ford Almanac. Leo at 28. Just about done. And that does it. Leo at 28. Cool piece. Obviously, there's a lot of neat stuff in there that we didn't have time to get into. But it's going to be super enjoyable for Leo to check that out. That thing was in a bag when I found it, so I'm going to put it back in the bag for Leo. How about an Auburn badge? How about we sell a badge? Who wants to buy a badge? This is an enamel badge, but it's a little bit rough. It's off of a 1940 Plymouth. Right on the nose. Big Job's here. Big Job has company tonight. Who's hanging out with Big Job tonight that's hanging out with us? So, but this badge has been whammo, but it is a cool piece. It does have some good color to it, and it does, of course, have a ship on it since it is a Plymouth. Hudson badge. Oh, Randall's getting excited about the nut farm. I just got to call you the nut farm because the nut farm is funny. This 40 Plymouth front badge, like I said, it's whammo down here at the bottom. This should be blue down here where it says product of Chrysler. The ship is chipped right here, but obviously we can see most of the outline of the white of the ship here. The kind of oranges, I'm guessing this is a sunburst. And, of course, the blue is the ocean where the ship was sailing. This was the sunburst behind it. Chrome plated around the edges. Product of Chrysler at the bottom. Nut Farm at 20. It is bent up a little bit at the bottom where it was whammoed. This was stud mount. The studs are still there with the clips. It was V'd slightly because it went right at the peak of the nose, right on the front of the grill. It is 3 inches tall. So it is 3 inches tall, so it's a smaller one, a smaller enamel badge, and about an inch wide. So 3x1, Nut Farm at 20. Let's get this thing on the timer. Ticking along here. Nut Farm still at 20. Nobody likes the Plymouth. Hit the minute mark. There's 1 minute has passed. Nut Farm at 20. Yep, we're getting some hubcaps ready to go as well. So I'm trying to keep things rolling here and sorted as we're going. So Alex at 23. And there's the minute 30 mark. 1 minute, 30 seconds has passed. Alex at 23. Nut Farm at 25. Jess at 35 on Facebook. Jess is sneaking in here at 35, coming down to the wire on this one. And that does it. Jess took a shot at you guys on Facebook tonight. So, wow, Jess was sitting over here on the other side hanging out. Jess said she couldn't get onto YouTube, so she's hanging out with us on Facebook tonight. And Michael's right. We need to get some hubcaps worked in here tonight. I got a batch of Addy caps she got ready tonight. This is another one for our Ford fans. I think this is early 60s. I'm not sure, but check this one out. It's kind of plain, but kind of not. She hit on Facebook quiet as a mouse. Yep, that's right. It's got some damage over here. Just the Ford right there. It's got this stamp in the center, which is nothing there, but it's just a recessed stamped area for a decoration. Ridged on the side. 61. Big Job says 61. So nothing real exciting, but if you're a Ford guy, obviously it very clearly defines Ford on it. It is a stainless cap. Dings and dents, things like that. But that's true. It would make a good, or 61 or 62, Big Job said. It would make a cool clock. It's got some cool markings you could work on a clock. So there again, it's not a real fancy one, but sometimes the being a little bit plain, but still being able to show your mark of what you're supporting is still pretty cool. 10 and 5/8 in diameter, right about where most of these are at, right in that 10.5-inch window. It has a little bit of depth to it with these ridges on the sides of it on the little early 60s Ford dog dish cap. I'm echoing. That's weird. There's a lot of caps on here. I've never echoed in one. Wow. Whoa, that's weird. That's kind of funky. Leo started us off at 10 on the Ford dog dish cap. Cat food bowl. Yep, that's what a lot of them were used for. Leo at 10. Not a lot of Ford fans out there tonight. One minute has passed. We've hit the 1 minute mark. One minute, 30 seconds has passed. Leo's the only one on the Ford cap tonight. 1:30 has passed. Big job at 20. And that'll do it. Big job at 20. Okay. Now we're going to do something a little bit different. Maybe an Auburn badge to think about it. But the viewer box from the other night, we did a viewer box with some really cool stuff in it. From one of our friends in Canada. And he sent me an email where he specifically said that there was a can in there he wanted us to auction. He had sent me one before. And he goes, I want you to sell this one on the auction so you guys get a shot at one of these. And it's a pretty cool can with great colors. It is, I'm not sure what size this thing is because it's Canadian. But it's cool. And we're going to sell it to one of you guys. Boiled linseed oil from Toronto Elevators. This is a cool can with great colors. It's a tall can. Leo at 10. So since it's Canadian, it's taller than what we're normally used to on these. It is about 7 5/8 tall. Like I said, the viewer that sent the box in wanted us to auction this. So mark at 14 and about 4.5 in width. It is double-sided. It does have good colors. Michael at 15. Does still have the cap on it. I did drain it and I did polish it up a little bit because it had such great colors. I really wanted to bring them out. You guys can kind of see the shine on it. On the Toronto Elevators boiled linseed can. Dennis at 20. Straight out of the viewer box from last week. The viewer wanted to sell this one to you guys, so appreciate that. Huge shout out to the viewers that support us with things like this. And huge thanks to that viewer for the viewer box. Let's get this thing on the timer. Michael at 21 on the Toronto Elevators boiled linseed oil can. Travis at 23. Dennis at 26. Travis at 28. Travis at 30. Leo at 30, but I had Travis first. Michael at 40. As we come up on the 1 minute mark. Travis at 41. Michael at 42. 130 has passed. There's the 130 mark. Michael had 42. Few seconds left. Michael at 42. And that does it. He got it done at 42. That one was interesting. Michael came out at the end. All right, that one was kind of fun. It was kind of interesting. Lots of stuff going on at the same time there. Next piece we're going to do is super awesome. Very unique. And not something you're always going to have a chance to pick up. There's a Hudson badge to think about it. It's a piece I got from our good friend Doug Prey. And it would make about the coolest thing you could ever come up with to put your car pictures in. What this is it's a dash trim panel that would be so cool to put on the wall or put in a frame and put pictures of your cars in it. In fact, they've got one down there they've done that with at Arbancourt Duesenberg. This is your chance to get one of your own. Not something that comes along very often. It is a used original, so it's got some scuffs and scratches. That's why it was replaced with a new one. It's a fairly good sized piece, which means it would frame up nice, and you put some cool pictures in it, being almost 2 feet long by 8 3/4 tall. And like I said, when you put your car pictures in this and hang it in your man cave, people say, where in the heck did you get that? That's what this piece is. This is a dash panel, a dash trim panel, an engine-turned dash trim panel for a 1936, 1937 Cord 810 or 812. Check this thing out. So like I said, you put pictures of your cars in here. You put it in a little frame. Put pictures of your cars in here. You got this engine turning here. Obviously, it's all set up for the gauges. Kenny at 15. Leo at 20. Like I said, it is almost 2 inches or 24 inches, almost 2 feet long. So please bear that in mind. But, man, you can do some super cool stuff with this. And there isn't anybody who is going to know what you've got for your picture frame. When they come over there, look at your car and say, where in the world did you come up with that at? That's what this piece is. Kenny at 25. They only made 3,000 cords in 36 and 37. Not something you're going to stumble onto at the next swap meet. Dennis at 30. Here's your chance to get one. I've got one. You can see where it's got some wear on it because these were used. This is an original used piece. Brian at 40. Leo at 35. We've already got Brian at 40. You can see the engine turning on it, but you can also see the wear, the scuffs, the scratches. So you know this is the real deal from a 36 or a 37 cord. Leo at 42. So there it is, your own cord dash panel. Put pictures in it, put emblems in it, whatever you want to do. Kenny at 45, super cool piece. Let's get it on the timer and let's sell it to one of you guys. Dennis at 46, Mark at 45. I've got Dennis at 46. Travis at 50. Jess at 50. We've got Travis and Jess both at 50. Dennis at 52. I didn't figure that was going to last too long. Dennis at 52. And there's the 1 minute mark. 1 minute has now passed. Dennis at 52 on this super cool original Cord dash panel. Jess at 55. Jess at 55. We have hit the minute 30 mark. We just hit the minute 30 mark. Jess at 55. Brian at 56. Eloy at 57. We've got a few seconds left. Eloy at 57. Anybody going to take a big shot here in the last few seconds? Eloy at 57. And that does it. Eloy at 57. Cool piece. These things are awesome. All right, something a little bit different. Something that's not even a car part. But it is cool, and I think you guys are going to dig it. It is small. It is a great display piece. It is a perfect piece for your bar. It is old. It is metal. It is embossed, and it is soda pop, which soda pop is never bad. I got a lot of soda pop stuff because it just fits in the motif of your car collection. On this really cool, old school, metal Drink Pepsi 6-pack carrier. Check this thing out. This is all embossed. It's been up a little bit. It's tweaked a little bit. But it's a cool piece. Metal handle. Carried your 6-pack in it. You can see on the inside of here where this is actually stamped in the metal on both sides. Original paint. Surface rust, but it is not rusted out. These were a very basic thing. You can see how these were just kind of stuck together and bent over. That's right, number one. Clean it up, carry your condiments to the picnic table, and do it in style. That's for sure. Leo at 10. Mark at 20. Burl at 15, but I've got Mark at 20 first on YouTube. So let's get this thing boogieing on the timer. Travis at 21. Leo at 25. That's right, Bill. Don't tell where somebody was from, where they call it soda, pop, or Coke. That's for sure. Mark at 28. Kevin at 30. Nut Farm at 30. Nut Farm at 30 is the current high bid. That was the first one that I had. Nut Farm at 30. Travis at 35. Kevin at 35. I got Travis at 35 first. And there's 1 minute. There's the 1 minute mark. Travis at 35. Nut Farm at 40. And there's the minute 30 mark. 1 minute, 30 seconds has passed. Lots of interest in this piece, but it is cool. Old school, metal, embossed. And just like number one said, if nothing else, put your ketchup and mustard into it when you go out to the picnic and carry them out in this thing because it's way cooler. Nut Farm at 40. We're coming down to the wire on this one. Leo at 41. Few seconds left. Anybody else going to sneak in on Leo? Leo at 41. And that does it. Oh, Eloy came in at 42 at 2:01. I had Leo at 41 at the 2 minute mark. Eloy missed it by like that much. Kenny at 50, Randy at 42. All just a little bit too late. But I'll tell you guys one thing. Eloy came in at 201. And when Eloy comes in at 201, that means the next 5 things he wants, he now knows where to hit it at 158. Because Eloy is good at that. But Leo at 41 is who we had at the 2-minute mark on my end. Auburn badge. All right, this next piece is awesome. And I say that a lot. Oh, hear that? That's a badge. Yeah. Okay. I've only got one of these. We sold one similar to it last week that I've got another one of those. This is a one-shot deal. I have one of these. It's a little rough, but it is super cool. So I'm going to show it to you. We're going to check it out. We're going to see what you guys think and go from here. This badge is an amazing Packard piece. For the Packard 180. Now, we sold a badge similar to this last week, but it was just the red and the octagon in the middle of it. Octagon or hexagon. Maybe it's a hexagon on the Packard. This one actually says, I think this is another wheel center. This one, Michael just bid 5 on, him and care. Which I'd give $5 for any of these I could find. I believe it is another wheel center for the Packard 180. Now, obviously, heavy chipping in this. This should all be red around here. We can still see remnants of the red here. Letters all look good. Nice, bright, shiny chrome on this. The hexagon in the center is embossed in it. You can see that on the back. It does still have the mounting studs on the back. Nut Farm at 10. So, like I said, Alex at 40. Heavy enameling loss on this one. This should all have this deep red enameling in it. It is 4.5 in diameter on the Packard 180. Mark at 45. Alex, this looks like a 39. Definitely somewhere right in that era. Let's get this thing live on the timer. Mark at 45. Alec at 20 over here. But Mark at 45 is our high bidder at this point. Yeah, it'd be a heavy necklace, Leo. Alex at 50. Travis at 52. Chris is on. Didn't get a notification this week. Yeah, Tony, we do need to do some bonus drawings for sure. Zach's here. 1 minute has passed. Yes, we definitely need to do a couple of bonus drawings, probably, Tony, since we haven't done one yet tonight. Alex at 55, just past the 1 minute mark. Alex at 55. One minute, 30 seconds has passed. 1 minute, 30 seconds is gone. Alex at 55. Few more seconds. Alex at 55. And that does it. Alex at 55. The bonus drawings are just the normal raffle. We just started yanking a few extra names every night and giving away just little Hot Wheels or toy cars or matchbooks, that type of stuff, just for extra fun. So it's just the regular raffle. Anybody that's in the raffle, we just draw a couple names every week, just for the heck of it. Okay, another super cool piece coming up next. A little rough, but this is mid-50s era Cadillac, and I think it's actually off of a Sabre wheel, one of the first factory-type style aluminum wheels that cars had. This thing's been whammoed, but it is cool. It is 50s era on this super cool Cadillac wheel center. Check this thing out. Obviously been hit hard here. The lens is cracked, but it is there. Like I said, I think this is like 55, 56, 57 era Sabre wheel. See the back of it. It's got the mounting ring on it. Leo starting us off at 10 on the Cadillac Center. It is about 7 3/4 wide. Outside to outside, you're looking about 7 3/4 on this one. Stainless steel, nice, bright, and shiny. Just whammied up a little bit. Cool Cadillac Center in the middle. Leo at 10 on this thing. Let's get it rolling. It's got a little bit of depth to it there, you can see. And let's get this thing on the timer and go. Zach at 11, Whiskey Business. Chris at 12. Highlanders here. And there's the 1 minute mark. Chris at 12. Yes, Highlander, I got your PayPal. I do not have your address. It wasn't on there, and I couldn't. It had been too long since you had PayPal me on any of the other ones. I couldn't find any of your other ones, so I need an address on you, Highlander. I mentioned that the other day. You must not have been on with us. But yes, I got it, but I need an address. So Travis at 14. And there's the minute 30 mark. Okay, no problem, Highlander. Not a big deal. Travis at 14. Few seconds left on this one. Anybody to sneak in here at the end? Great deal for 14. That's a rare piece, even though it's whammoed. Zach at 21, and that does it. Zach at 21 at about 158. So yes, I did. I got that stuff shipped yesterday, Big Job. I just as I hit end, it popped up on the shirt, so that's all on the way. All right, let's have a little more fun with, we've done this in the past, had a lot of fun, with another white box. Yep, another promo model, AMT promo from the early 90s. Let's pop this thing open and check it out. Still wrapped up on the Dodge Stealth. Something is loose in it. The mirror is missing over here, but it must be, I hear it inside. Nope, it's not a Beretta. It is a Stealth, and it also still has the pace car decals with it. So a black 91 Dodge Stealth. Travis at 20 on the Stealth. We've talked about these before. We've done them on the promo models. They were such a cool car for the time. Have kind of been forgotten about, but Travis at 20 kicking us off on this thing. Other than the mirror being gone, and like I said, I think it's inside. This thing is literally brand new in the box. X-Ray at 24. Let's go ahead and get this thing rolling on the timer since it's brand new and in the box. Other than that one mirror, there's not really much to look at. Michael at 25 on the Stealth promo. This is a factory piece. It does still have the label on the box. Travis at 30. Zach was hoping it wasn't Beretta. I still think I've got another Beretta or two. We'll get worked in here. Travis at 30 on the Stealth promo. Huh, yeah, for some reason it does kind of look Mitsubishi, doesn't it? One minute has passed. Travis at 30. And there's the minute 30 mark. Travis at 30. Dennis at 35. Got Dennis at 35. We're coming out of the wire on this one. And that does it. Dennis at 35. All right, I'm going to take just a second and put this right back in the box so that Dennis gets it exactly as it is. All right, all boxed up, ready to head to Dennis. All right, how about some more license plates? But we're going to throw you a twist on this one. I don't even know how I came up with these. They came up in a box of plates that I bought. It is a match set, and they're not from Kansas. Nope, they're from Ohio, from all places. I don't know how they ended up in Kansas. I got them with a whole bunch of Kansas plates, but you guys love plates. I thought, what the heck, let's throw them out there. A match set of 1963 Ohio. This one looks pretty decent. It's got some wear over here. The other one, not quite as good. It definitely has some more surface rust on them. However, it is a matched set. Kind of a navy blue with white letters. Travis started us off at 10 on the pair. Zach likes the plates too. The backs look pretty decent on both of them. Original 1963 Ohio plates. Mark at 20. Michael was born in 63. Chris at 11. Burl at 25 on Facebook on the pair. You're getting the pair of Ohio plates. These are basically a standard size plate like we're used to. Chris at 21. I mean, I've got Burl at 25. 12. Yeah, these are basically the 12 by 6 plates that we're used to. Mark at 28 on YouTube. Let's get this thing rolling on the timer. You're getting the pair of them. Lots of bids on these things. Leo at 30. Zach at 30. I got Leo first at 30 on the pair of 1963 match set of Ohio plates. Leo at 30 is my high bidder as of right now. Mark at 35. Lee at 50. Burl at 30. I've got Lee at 50 over here. As we're getting close to the 1 minute mark. Lee at 50 is my high bidder. Leo at 52. Burl's over here playing on Facebook, but I've got Leo at 52 as of right now. As we hit the 1 minute mark, just past the 1 minute mark, Leo at 52. Haven't seen Norma for a couple weeks, Tony, so not sure what she's been up to. Leo at 52. As 1:30 has passed, we've hit the 1 minute, 30 second mark. Leo at 52 is the high bidder. Michael at 55. A few seconds left. Michael at 55. Michael at 55 over here as well, but I had Michael Brown first, and that does it. Michael Brown on YouTube had 55. Then I saw Michael Gagola at 55, but I already had Michael. There's Lee at 56, but at the 2 minute mark, Michael Brown on YouTube at 55. All right, something a little bit different next. A couple of cans. We're going to sell these as a pair because they kind of go together. And this has got to be 70s. It's got to be 70s, which is cool. And you know why? Because this is the world's best body auto polish guaranteed for all makes of automobiles. And going with it, the world's best car wax sealer, guaranteed for all makes and models of all automobiles. This stuff is so good. It is approved by Rolls-Royce. Doesn't say it is Rolls-Royce. It says approved by Rolls-Royce. Right here across the top. So these are metal cans. I do not see a barcode on them. I'm guessing these are early 70s. World's best auto body polish, world's best car wax and sealer. Travis starting us off at 20. You can hear they are metal. Tweedledee at 25. These cans are a little under 6 by a little under 4. Almost 6 inches, probably 6 inches with the cap. Travis at 30. What brand? Distributed by Smythe Warefield Limited, New York. That's what it says on the back of both of these cans as far as who they're distributed by. Travis at 20. Burl at 38. So these are neat. They got to be 70s era. They're old school metal. But there's the instructions on the back. The Rolls-Royce on the front. And you're getting the pair for one bid. Travis at 40. Let's get this thing ticking along here. Travis at 40 for the pair. Highlander said he's on a heck of a delay tonight. So the pair of Rolls-Royce cans, I thought about selling them individually. Like, you know, they kind of go together. So I thought, what the heck, let's keep them together. Travis at 40 on the pair of approved Rolls-Royce cans. That's right, Kenny. It is a can bundle. 2 for 1. Burl at 42. Michael at 45. Zach just lost his internet. Michael at 45. And there's the 1 minute mark. You guys might need to try to refresh if not, to keep things current. Michael Brown at 45, just past the 1 minute on the pair of approved Rolls-Royce polish cans. Not Rolls-Royce Company, but approved by Rolls-Royce. Michael at 45. And there's the 1 minute, 30 second mark. 30 seconds left on these. If you're going to jump in, now's the time, especially with you guys that are fighting a delay. Michael at 45 on the pair. Charles at 51. Few seconds left. Charles at 51, Zach at 59, and that does it. Holy cow. Zach at 59 at 159. Woof. I thought Charles had that one, and then boom, Zach got that in at 159 on the $59 bid on the pair of Rolls-Royce cans. Okay, what else we got coming up? Oh, we got a cool cap coming up. Another Addy cap. Super cool one. This is a great one for our truck fans. Looks good. Displays good. Dings and dents, but not terrible. The triple diamond looks great on this awesome International. Check this thing out. This is off of a bigger truck. But all this is stamped in here. Looks great. You can see it in the back, kind of. Yeah, there you can catch it in the light. Tweedledee at 30 is our high bid. Travis at 20. Tweedledee at 30. This cap is about 7.5 across. About 7.5. Lots of bids here. Chris at 31. Travis at 35. Michael at 31. Michael at 36. Tweedledee at 36. Michael at 36 is our current high bidder on this International cap. It does have some depth to it since this went on the wheel hub of a bigger truck. Travis at 42 is our current high bidder. Let's get this thing rolling on the timer. Michael at 43. A lot of times these get beat up real bad around the embossing area. This one still looks great. Travis at 45. Kenny at 44. Travis at 45 is my high bidder. Michael at 49. Zach at 60. Everybody likes this one, and it's well worth it because it's just cool. I think this was probably red in this embossed area originally. You could get a toothpick, put the red back in that thing. This thing would pop so cool. Zach at 60. 1 minute has passed. There's the 1 minute mark. These lines are also embossed, and it does step down with these lines. Zach at 60 on the International cap. Now, it's definitely different. There's the minute 30 mark. 1 minute, 30 seconds has passed. Anybody going to jump up on this one on Zach? It's cool, but Zach may have made a statement with that $60 bid. Tweedledee at 65. Few seconds left. Tweedledee at 65. And that does it. Tweedledee at 65. Cool piece. Glad you guys liked it. Who's ready for another old school badge? This one's chipped up, but it still displays well. It's been touched up as well. So I'm just forewarning you guys, this has been chipped and it does have touch up on it, but it is a cool piece. This is the 1918 through 1925 era Hupmobile badge. The Hupmobile is silver, and that's part of the badge. A lot of the blue and some of the white has been touched up, and it also has had 2 small holes drilled in it for mounting. So it's a little bit rough, but it does still display well. It does look cool. The Hupmobile letters still look good. It is right at 2 inches in diameter. This would have had the button on the back of it. The button is gone. On the 1918 through 1925 era Hupmobile grill shell badge. Blue, white H, silver Hupmobile letters. Michael at 10, Mark at 25 on the Hupmobile badge. 1918 to 1925. That just says regular U.S. patent across the bottom of it. Let's get this thing rolling. Mark at 25 on the Hupmobile badge. A little bit rough, but still cool and displays well. Michael at 26. Tweedledee at 27. That's right. Get yourself a chain and wear it around your neck for all your homies. That's right. Tweedledee at 27. And there's the 1 minute mark. Michael at 30. Mark at 30. And there's the minute 30 mark. 1 minute 30 seconds has passed. Michael Brown at 30 is the high bidder. Cool piece. It's time to jump in if you're thinking about it. These don't pop up very often, even though this one does have some touch up on it. This will be the last one for tonight, Kenny. Yeah, this will be the last early badge tonight. Few seconds left. Michael at 30. And that does it. We'll add that one to Michael's pile at 30. Mark at 32, but it was a couple seconds too late. Michael's getting him a nice pile of goodies tonight, that's for sure. Up next, badge bundle. We haven't done many badge bundles lately. I've got a bunch in here. I just never get dug down far enough to grab them. So let's do a badge bundle for our Pontiac fans. We'll start off with a nice big Arrowhead. This Arrowhead is probably mid-60s era, about almost 5.5 inches tall. It does, come back here. It does have some pitting down here at the bottom. It is stud mount. The studs are still there. And it is V'd by the way it mounted. And these inserts were black originally, so they've got a little bit of fading to them as well. You need a Hudson badge. There you go. Let's get a Hudson badge up there. We ain't done that in a bit. Along with this one, another Firebird badge. The first generation Firebird badge like we had a while back. As well as the, I believe, a door panel emblem for an early Firebird as well. So let me give you some dimensions on these. X-rays starting us off at 10. On the Firebird itself, it is about 2 1/4. 2 1/4. Leo at 15 by about 1.5 inches. So 2 1/4, about 1.5 inches. It is stud mount. Studs are still there as well. Kenny at 20. And the door panel emblem, the studs are broken off of this one. I think it did have studs. This is also pot metal. And it is 3 3/8 by 1 7/8 inches. Or no, by 7/8, not an inch. 7/8. All three of them. Tony at 25. You're getting all three Pontiac badges. 1 money. Leo at 27. Let's get this thing boogieing on the timer. And we're rolling Leo at 27 as we get into the Pontiac badge bundle. Tony at 32. Duck for the snipers. Coming up on the 1 minute mark, you're getting all three Pontiac badges for one shot. Tony at 32 is the high bidder as we surpass the 1 minute mark. 1 minute is now gone. Tony at 32. That's right, Pete. All goes quiet. That makes you wonder what. That almost makes you nervous when you're in the lead. Tony at 32. And that's right, Mark. We've just got crickets right now. And there's the minute 30 mark. There's the 1 minute 30 second mark. Has now passed. Somebody's going to jump in. Now is the time. Kenny at 33. Kenny at 33. What else is going to happen? We got a few seconds left. Tony at 34. We're coming down to the end. Tony at 34. Is that going to be it? Somebody can still sneak in, but they're going to have to hurry. Tony at 34. And that does it. Tony got it done with that 34. That's right, number one. That's a good deal. But Tony's a Pontiac guy. He'll appreciate him. Get these taped back together so I don't lose anything. Kind of keep them in one batch so I know what's going together. And a few more things to go yet tonight. Let's catch one more Addy cap, one more can, and one more grease cap. Unless you guys want more, but that's what I got laid out as of right now. So this cap, I think we've done one of these in the past, like a 58 Chevy. These are, not an extremely rare cap, but they're a great looking cap because of the flags in it. So that's why these things stand out. That's why they make such a great display piece, is because of the flags in the middle. This one does have some thin spots in the chrome, but it does still have a nice shine. That's why I want to polish these flags up just a bit. Check this thing out. These are cool. Michael's starting us at 10 right off the gate. Leo's at 15 on this Chevy cap. It's got dings, it's got dents, it's got thin spots in it, but you got these rally flags on there. It's pretty cool. Big Job loves his gold Galaxy emblem. Yeah, that was a cool piece. Chris at 20. So it does have dings and dents. It shines good. It's a great wall hanger. It's a great bar piece. The rally flags are awesome. This is probably about 10.5. Big Job at 29. Leo at 30. It is 10.5 in diameter, which is about what all of these things are. Leo at 30. Let's get this thing on the timer. Nut Farm at 25, but I already had Leo at 30. A couple more pieces to go after this one. Leo at 30 on the Chevy cap with rally flags. Chris at 31. Clicker stuck. Burl at 35. We've got Burl at 35 on Facebook. Nut Farm at 35. I had some matchbooks, but I didn't get that far in my list, Mark, so we'll get them in next week. I had some laid out, and I had my whole sheet filled out before I even realized it. One minute has passed. Nut Farm and Burl both at 35 on this thing. I think Nut Farm was first, is what I think what I saw. But we're not. I don't get a feeling we're probably not done yet either. So I bet there's at least a 36 out there on this thing somewhere. As we come up on the minute 30 mark, Nut Farm and Burl hung up at 35. There's the minute 30 mark. Leo at 36. Burl at 36. Few seconds left. Leo and Burl both hung at 36. I had Leo first. I seen it pop up just a hair before Burl. Few seconds left, though. Pete at 39. Nut Farm at 37. Burl at 37. I've got Pete at 39, and that does it. Pete at 39. Burl's over here trying, and every time he bid, somebody else would bid. Pete covered them all, though, at 39. Don't worry, Burl. We got a few more pieces to go, and we do this every week. We always got a lot of cool stuff. So glad you're playing along with us. Hope you're having fun. Who wants to do another oil can? This is a nice metal can. Great paint, great colors, all steel. Top's been cut out, but Michael's thirsty. Good point, Michael. Let's give you an Auburn badge and a Hudson badge. Between the D starting us off at 10. Leo's at 10. You don't even care what kind it is. It's just a cool old metal can. Like I said, the top has been cut out of this Conoco Supermotor oil. Same thing on both sides. We do see the metal seam, original paint. Michael at 20. Conoco, Continental Oil Company stamped in the bottom of it. Everybody. Okay, Travis finally broke it up at 22. I had like a whole row of 20s over there. Travis at 22. Really nice can. Good colors. Old school metal. Just the top's cut out, but well preserved. On the Conoco Supermotor oil. Leo at 30. Let's get this thing boogieing on the timer. Leo at 30. And one Gray Kitty. What are you doing, Gray Kitty? Meow. Meow. All right, Leo at 30, and everybody kind of slowed down at that, so we'll see what happens. Leo either put everybody out or everybody just waiting to clobber him right at the end. I guess we'll find out. Coming up on the 1 minute mark, Leo at 30. There's 1 minute. Leo at 30. Nothing's happened since Leo sent that through that 30 up there, so it's going to be maybe he blew everybody out, or maybe he's just going to get clobbered at the end. Gray Kitty's the only employee that shows up on Tuesdays and Sundays. Yep, that's true. Leo at 30. Great Conoco can. Clickety click. That's right, Mark. There's the minute 30 mark. There's the minute 30 mark. Leo at 30. Coming down to the end, Leo at 30. No shots fired yet. Almost done. It's just about over. And that does it. Leo's 30 did it. And there's Pete at 202 with a 32. Leo came back with a 35. And Leo at 30 is what I had on my screen at the end. One more piece tonight, unless you guys demand more. We'll give you an Auburn badge, or Hudson badge, and an Auburn badge. If you guys are getting too thirsty. One more of these little aluminum grease caps tonight from the Overland Motor Company. Overland is embossed. It is banged up on the sides from this thing coming off and going on. Threaded on the inside like all these are. And the Overland looks nice on it. Well stamped in there, pretty clear, pretty clean. Travis starting us off at 10. This one is about 2 3/4 across roughly because it's kind of banged up on the edge. Zach at 12 on the Overland grease cap. Let's get this thing boogieing on the timer and keep moving. X-Ray at 13. Oh, did you come to help join us? What are you doing, dummy? Meow. 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 X-Ray at 13 on the Overland grease cap. And one pesky cat. One pesky cat. Nut Farm at 20. Yep, Employee of the Week. That's you. I didn't know Employee of the Week and Pain in the Butt were the same thing. Travis at 21. Zach at 22. Yeah, Keyboard Warrior. That's about right. 1 minute has passed. Zach at 22 as we hit the 1 minute mark. Nut Farm at 25. And there's the minute 30 mark. 1 minute, 30 seconds has passed. Coming out of the wire on the last piece tonight, Nut Farm at 25. Meow. Meow. Anybody to sneak in on the Nut Farm? The Nut Farm at 25. We got a few seconds left. He's praying. And that does it. Oh, Kenny at 33 at 201. Zach at 26. But at 200, unfortunately, it was the Nut Farm at 25. Unfortunately for me, because I would have rather had the more money. But that's how it falls sometime. Nut Farm at 25 on the Overland grease cap. Whew, what a night. Auburn badge. What? I got to put the notepad away. Kenny was on a fridge run. All right. A lot of fun tonight, guys. As always, I appreciate your participation in the auction. It does, number one wants more toys. Yeah, we'll have to catch some more of that next week. I got a lot of great stuff still stacked up, guys. I'm trying to stay well ahead on stuff every week, so we got a lot of cool stuff to mix in here. And seems like you guys have been liking the mix that we've been working with, so I try to do a good job on that, and I hope you guys are enjoying what we're doing and what we're coming up with here. So, how about some new business before the mag? Well, what do you got for new business? Because I'm going to go over the new raffle entries, and we're going to do some drawings. Meow. 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 December 24th and 31st are Sundays. Huh. Okay, we'll have to see what we've got going on those when we decide what to do. Thanks, Tony. I appreciate that. And you're right. Everybody in this group is what makes it so great. But look what I just found. Oh, yeah, look at that. Uh-huh. Hey. Meow. Yep. Let's do a bonus drawing, and then we're going to get into who got in the raffle, and then we may do another bonus drawing. What the heck? Let's get these pesky sheets out of the way. What is your problem? You are in my way. Hey, you are in my way. You just shook the whole camera and everything, dum-dum. Yeah, you look really concerned about it. Kevin L's got to jump off tonight. Yeah, we'll have to figure out what we're going to do on December 24th and 31st. That's for sure. Draw for a yard card. We don't want to do a jamboree in the yard on those nights, I'm pretty sure, here in central Kansas. But let's reach into this can of surprises. And we're going to pull out this, whatever this is. Meow. She does no wrong unless she kills the feed. Yeah, exactly. So, who's going to get whatever this is? No, but I would love to find Morrison's Fastback. You imagine being the guy that stumbles onto that Shelby? It'd be a heck of a deal to stumble onto any Shelby, but stumbling onto that Shelby, holy cow, that would be insane. Gray Kitties, Vanna White, huh? Bonus drawing time for Justin Miller. All right, let's see what we got for Justin. Matchbook. Oh, this is cool. McCormick Farmall. Check that thing out. That's some awesome artwork there. Got the whole scene in it. So let's get Justin's name on this one. Well, I don't think you're in here either, Mark. We'll find out. But we're going to put this back in here for Justin and throw it in the next box heading to Leo and the boys. But and always on these bonus drawings, Justin is out for tonight, but these bonus drawings do not count against you. You go right back into the can. So who got in this week? Who is in the Big Buick oil can this week? Hey, Gray Kitty, can I have the papers? Meow, 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 meow. Yeah, I know. This week, Tony, Napoli, Leo, Justin, Travis, Tweedly D. Big Job. Michael Glagola. Zach Thompson. And Chris Ortiz. Those guys all got in this week. Let me check last week's pack for you, Mark. No, Mark, you are not in this one. So that's who got in this week. And since we've only done one tonight, let's do one more. What the heck, right? And you can only win one of these a night, so. No, Michael, I didn't have anything from you yet. So you can add it to your next payment on stuff you bought tonight. $1 a chance gets you in here. So whatever you want, just put X amount for raffle on your payment, and I'll have you in there for the drawing on the license plates, because next week I won't be here to do any drawings. Whatever we do next week will be on the road, but you will be in for the license plates. Because I think it's 2 weeks, we're giving away these, those, and then that one. All right, let's get one more bonus drawing out of here. Perfect, Mark. What do we got here? Zach. What do we got for Zach? Zach. Oh, a little old dinky car. These little like dinky Matchbox type things. They were kind of real plain in their day, but they're kind of cute now because they're not the ones that anybody ever saved, because they were just kind of plain ones. Giving away those and pointing at Heather now. License plates, and then those 2 license plates, and then that license plate. Good point, number 1. I better be a little more clear. So let's get Zach's name on this one. All right. Tuck it back away. Put that in the pile with Zach's name on it. And we're going to put this one away for tonight until 2 weeks now, since I'll be on the road next week. But just like on all the rest of these bonus drawings, your name goes right back into the big Buick oil can for the drawing. So that's who got in this week. 2 more weeks before the drawing. Obviously, next week there won't be any bonus drawing since I won't be here. Whatever we do will be on the road, so we won't be able to do anything there. When's the last day to get in the raffle? I think we're going to give these away on July 2nd, which means, or is that when I'm going to be gone? No, I'll be back. That will be right when I get back on July 2nd. So July 2nd, so I will check it basically that Sunday, that morning on July 2nd. Will be your last chance to try to get in. PayPal is fine, just friends and family, just like anything else, Chris, and just denote what you want for raffle. That way, if it's auction, you can put auction, and if you get a second, list what you got, how much. If not, if it says auction, then I can always reference my lists on the auction stuff. And then, how much for raffle, or if you want T-shirts, stickers, things like that. So that's all perfectly fine, Chris. I just need to know what it's for. Anyway, that catches us up on the raffle. So how about same deal, Michael? It's all one big raffle, Michael. The bonus, we do the monthly raffle, and then the bonus, the little bonus drawings we're doing are just to kind of keep things interesting throughout the month before we give away the bigger prizes at the end of the month. F&E, we're getting ready to crank up on that. I need to talk to Chris this week. We got to get rolling on that as well. But this month, these 3 are going together, the 22, the 23, and the 28 California. The 2 brand new 1969 in the package plates, and then the one will be the 72 sample plate, as well as Zach stickers are going with all those to the winners. So those are the 3 prizes. One set there, that is a pair, or that one. First name out of the can gets their choice. Second name gets their choice. Third one gets one left. And what the heck? I think we got this plate that Zach sent us. I think we'll even throw that one into the raffle. Zach sent us this one. We'll go ahead and yank 4 names out of the raffle and give one more plate away at the end. So anyway, let's catch some magazine tonight and then get ready to wind this thing up. Like we started on last week, we're going to finish this up tonight. on the 1967 J.C. Whitney and Company catalog. A lot of cool stuff in here. Obviously, all these magazines we look at from the 50s and 60s have a J.C. Whitney ad in them. I came up with this catalog. I thought we would check it out. That's right, Kenny. The auction was a ton of fun tonight. Sure was. That's right. That's a good point, Zach. You get a chance at a set of West Coast plates and an East Coast plate. Michael's jumping off. Glad you're on tonight, Michael. Yeah, Michael had a great night tonight, so congratulations to him on the auctions. That's right, and some in the middle. That's true. So glad you hung out a while tonight. Let's get into this J.C. Whitney catalog and kind of get wound through that and get wrapped up for tonight here after a while. But like I said, we were kind of coming up to a different segment in the magazine last week when we kind of got to a stopping point. And before we got into that, I thought we would go ahead and check this out. What is chrome and mounted on the wall below the California license plates? Hey, cat, do you mind? Apparently not. You just blocked the whole camera, dummy. This is another aluminum center cap, but it's a super cool one. I kind of hung it up there a while back. We looked at it on Toy Tuesday probably a year or two ago. It is a brand new Newell stock, the last one that they had on the shelf. No, I've never been to the Petit Jean swap meet. I have not been there, Classic Ride Society. So anybody wants to see that out, they'll have to check your video out on that because I have not been to it. This was the last one that Doug had on the shelf, the last brand new one in Auburn inventory of this beautiful 12-cylinder Auburn cap. That's why I got it hanging up there. Brand new, last one they had on the shelf. Absolutely epic piece. So that's what it is. 12-cylinder Auburn. Original paint, original finish, everything. The whole deal. Newell stock, last one they had on the shelf. So, yeah, it's a cool piece. I'm obviously a big fan of it myself. Hudson badge. A lot of you guys are digging it. And they're also talking about you blocking the camera view, dum-dum. But like I said, we kind of got to a point where I wanted to get into a different segment of the J.C. Whitney catalog, and I'll share with you why here in just a second once I find out where the page where we were kind of come up to a stopping point at. Zach says he needs that in his life. Yeah. I sure thought I did. The reason we kind of got to this stopping point, I thought we would kind of call the week last week because we're getting about down to our limit on time. And we kind of got to a good place as we got through the body stuff. If you guys remember, we were looking at paint and body as we kind of got towards the end last week, talking about some of the fiberglass stuff, some of the body add-ons. Check out their patch panels, replacement grills and parts. Shoot, grill extension park light housings for 54 Chevys were already rusting out in 1967, apparently. That I did not realize. But we can see all these body parts. This is kind of where we wrapped up last week. Patch panels, replacement grill parts, all this stuff. Even 54 Chevy park light housings, they must have been rusting out right away. So that cap is not for sale. That cap is being kept here in my collection. I do have some new Auburn caps that we're going to talk about here probably after I get back from my trip, though. So we were talking about some of this body stuff, some of these add-on body accessories that they had in the J.C. Whitney catalog, weather stripping, things like that. We talked about some of this aftermarket hood scoops, things like that they had available to add on. And then we were coming up right on our 3-hour mark, and I kind of got to another different area in the magazine, so I thought we would share that with you. And the reason we stopped here is because I didn't realize that they did this quite to this extent. They had sections in this magazine for specific vehicles. So that's kind of all that. Well, shoot, let's kind of wrap up here. Let's get into this here in a little bit later on. Starting off with accessories and parts for 1960 to 1966 Corvairs. Yes, an entire Corvair section. So I thought this was kind of interesting, the way they broke some of this out specifically by vehicle. We'll hold it up here for a little bit, let you guys kind of take a gander at it and get a good look. The next section that they were going to cover were, and obviously this would make perfect sense because there was a gajillion of them on the road, was Volkswagen. Luggage carriers, radios, mud flaps, genuine deluxe wood steering wheel, all kinds of accessories for Volkswagens, Beetles, and Karmann Ghias. Volkswagen's actually, oh, this is cool. Volkswagen actually had several pages. Check this out. Wheels, hubcaps, all kinds of cool VW stuff. Yeah, it would be kind of cool to find some of this stuff new old stock. Four-spoke Kragers or Astros. Let's see. They've got cast aluminum mag-style wheels, but it doesn't say four-spoke. The picture shows five-spoke. So apparently just five-spoke. Mark's got to jump off. Glad you were on tonight, Mark. Glad you're feeling better. Did they have fiberglass dune buggy body kits? Let's see. Like I said, several pages of Volkswagen stuff, including engine parts. And then we'll see if they actually listed any bodies. Nut Farm's got to jump off. Glad you were hanging out tonight with us. No, don't list any complete bodies for the Volkswagen. But this is one that did kind of surprise me. That's only got one page of it for the Renault Dauphine. I don't understand that. But they actually must have been enough Renault Dauphines to have a page of accessories and parts specifically for it. Yeah, I will one of these days. All imported cars. Accessories for imports had a section on that as well. And several pages of imports, engine parts, all kinds of cool stuff for it. Imports. Yeah, that's right, Lou. You know, some of this stuff's still laying around somewhere. I've actually got a box of Western Auto accessories that we're going to look at on one of these Toy Tuesdays, and it is all new old stock. So I've got it all boxed up. One of these days we get a Toy Tuesday where we get caught up on viewer boxes and new stuff. I've got a whole box of new old stock accessories out of a Western Auto store. Bill Disc, got to jump off. Glad you were here. And into some more common stuff. Parts and accessories for early model Fords, Chevrolets, and other cars. Here's where we get into some really cool stuff that a lot of us can relate to. So we're going to take a few seconds on these and check these out. Running boards, bumper guards, hubcaps, We've all seen the knockoff hubcaps where they kind of look like they're supposed to, but they're really not because they're an aftermarket and they couldn't use the actual brand name. So they would slightly change it. So let's check out some of this stuff. This is stuff we're going to be a lot more familiar with. Obviously, the old dog dish caps, new aftermarkets, running boards, bumper guards, a lot of cool stuff. What? Are we bothering you? We're bothering you? Are we making too much noise? Well, these guys are checking this stuff out, so I'm letting them look at it. So you're just going to have to deal with it. That's right. Headlamp bezels, outside door handles, headlight lenses, sealed beam adapter kits, windshield frames. I mean, all kinds of stuff. That trunk handles. This is actually kind of cool. I didn't realize that this stuff got this specific back in the day. But look at this stuff. Sealed beam adapter kits for 37 to 39 Fords. I think that's what it said right here. Headlight lenses, headlight bezels, outside door handles, trunk handles. And these are all supposed to be very similar to matching OE. Windshield frames, vent window frames, weather stripping. All this specific stuff for all these cars back in the day available through J.C. Whitney. This is cool. Emblems, lights, hood ornaments, handles, emblems, grills. This is cool. We're going to have to take a minute on this one. Trunk hinges. This is really, I didn't realize they got quite this deep in this stuff, but boy, they sure did. Let's take a few minutes and kind of let this sink in. Look at all this cool stuff they had available. Hope I can get it to where you guys can kind of see a lot of it. Obviously, the grills, those are obvious. V8 badge, lights, trunk hinges. Look at all the hood ornaments and emblems and badges that were available. Crazy. Now, in 1967, auto restoration was obviously really coming into being a major part of the auto industry. However, you got to remember in 1967, what constituted an old car? This is 67. They're still, cars from the 50s are still normal. Guys were still patching together stuff from the 30s and 40s as drivers. So what constituted an old car that was being restored? You're back into the Model T, the Model A era, and that's another market that they covered. That's right, Tony. J.C. Whitney had it going on. This next section, parts and accessories for the Ford Model T. Obviously, these were restorations at this point. These cars were 50 years old. Kind of crazy to think about it, but they were. So, Zach's got to jump off. Glad you were here. So let's check out some of the stuff that they had available for the Ford Model T. Like I said, these were restoration parts at this point. And then, of course, the next page, another specific for the Model A. Big job. You can spend all week at night looking at this catalog with your kids in the 70s and dream about saving up to buy stuff. Yep. There again, Model A's. The Model A market was getting really strong again in the 60s. These cars were starting to get restored on top of the hot rod market, but this is all pretty much OE type stuff. This is not really hot rod stuff. This is OE restoration parts for Model A's. Several pages of Model A stuff. Of course, like I said, Model A was a pretty big deal at that point. That's it. Sometimes some of the Japanese made stuff was starting to come in already by then. I'm sure it was. So that gets us through pretty much most of the specific stuff, which is why we kind of broke the magazine up, was to get into that. From here on out, we've got a lot of chassis stuff as well as some other accessory stuff. So the chassis stuff, we'll look at a little bit on it, but not, we got some cool accessory stuff we want to look at, but a lot of springs. You could get all this suspension and chassis stuff back then. Oh, Dad said most of the stuff was still U.S. made at this point. So, and even this is even crazy. Something you don't really think about today. Manual transmission parts, internal parts, gears, bearings, all available to order from them. That's right. Big Job says the same thing, right? When we manufacture things in America. Carburetors, tremendous values on carburetors. Check out all these carburetors. Yeah, that's right, Dan. That's another good point. I'm not sure that some of those hinges and stuff were exact OE. Some things may not have lined up quite as well at that point. Leo's got to jump off. It is those 3-barrel Hollies or no? Don't look like it. That was probably that was such a specialty piece. They may not just have thrown those in the regular catalog. So lots of cool stuff in here. We got a few more things we want to look at the back. Of course, oh, check this out. This is interesting. Complete engines. Let's check some complete engines out. They literally had all of it. Complete engines. Let's see what they show. All right. See if they got anything interesting here. That's what we're looking at, Tony. I'm looking for some interesting stuff. but it doesn't really give us a lot of specific. I was hoping to see if we could find a Hemi or something in here cool, but anyway, let's take some examples here. 58 Buick, which would be a nail head, $140. $140, complete engines with all accessories for American cars, $140. 6-cylinder Chevy, pretty common one. 42 to 54, $83.50. $83.50. Chevrolet V8, 57 Chevy V8, which would have been a 283, $125. See if there's anything else here that looks kind of interesting. They don't list any, don't show any Hemis or anything cool like that. So, but your basic Ford V8, 57 Ford V8, also $125. See if there's anything expensive. How much was? A couple $100 was about the top of the line on money wise. Now they also had these diesels, complete GMC Cummins Mack diesel engines. And those were a lot more money. Of course, they always are, but a Mack engine was $14.95. So those things were a little more pricey. But, of course, they were still a big, heavy diesel, but that was a lot of money back then. Cylinder heads as low as $7.95. So kind of crazy to think about in today's world. But you got to remember, a used car was $50 or $100. So $150 for a new engine was a lot of money. But that's what they cost back then. But there again, that's why we do this. That's what makes this so interesting. Taking time, looking at this stuff, studying it, seeing what was going on at that point in time, looking back at it with 20/20 hindsight, and learning about what was happening in that time period. And what's great is we've got guys on here that remember this and can contribute to the conversation. We've got a lot of young guys on here that have never seen any of this, and that's why this works so well. We've got so much knowledge, so much information that is shared between us that we all learn, and that's what makes it great. So let's see what else we got in this J.C. Whitney catalog and get ready to wrap this thing up for tonight. But I know there's a few more things right at the back that I know we definitely want to check out. I just don't want to miss anything in the meantime as we get through there, as we're looking basically just at internal engine parts on these last few pages before we get here right at the back where there is some pretty cool stuff. Starting off with it, this stuff is, oh, here's something cool, exhaust cutout. For all cars with exhaust pipes, 1 3/4 to 2 1/4, $2.65 for an exhaust cutout. Pete's digging the catalog. Glad you're right. That's right, Chris. It's knowledge you can't get in college. It's because we've got this diverse base of all these different age groups all here over one thing, and that's because we all love cars. So that's why it works so well, and that's what's so awesome about it, is everybody's sharing and everybody's sharing their knowledge, and both back and forth between the younger generation and the older generation, and we're all learning from it. But to wrap this J.C. Whitney catalog up, we got to check out the inside back cover because this thing is so cool, so 1967. From Woods, the thing for customizing or dress up. Yes, wood. Wooden shift knobs, wooden dash kits, wooden door panels, wooden hubcaps. Yep, wooden mag-type wheel covers. It's right here. I'm looking at it. Check this out, guys. Some of this I wouldn't believe it if I wasn't staring at the ad. Wooden wheel covers. Of course, we know wooden steering wheels, wooden side appliques, wooden dash kits, wooden shift knobs, and wooden rear window slats. Yes, there it is. All right there in front of you, wood accessories for customizing. That's right, Shopcat. Horsepower is a universal language. Now Shopcat wants. See, that's another thing. You didn't know you needed wood wheel covers, but you do now. Let's catch out the specials on the back page here real quick, and then we're going to wrap this thing up. The specials on the back page: 4-barrel Daytona Special Competition AFB carb for single and dual quad manifolds, outright $29.95. Crash helmets as low as $679. Mag style wheels $17.95 each. Complete engines as low as $83.50. Here's something we don't hear very often anymore: recapped tires. Yes, recapped tires as low as $6.95 a piece in lots of 2. Custom fender skirts as low as $4.88 a pair. Yes, check out the specials on the back cover of the 1967 J.C. Whitney Automotive Accessories and Parts Catalog from Chicago, Illinois. Catalog number 240, cover price of 50 cents. This is the back cover, the specials on the back cover to catch your attention, suck you in, and make you open up the magazine and check it out. Everybody wants Woody's. Number one wants a 65 Mustang, so you can put Woody stuff on it. So there it is, guys. Something definitely different. It seems as though everybody enjoyed it. We'll get back to a regular magazine here in a couple weeks after I get back from being on the road next week. But it was too good to not spend a little bit of time in. Mix something up with the magazine, make it a little bit different, make it a little bit more exciting. The 1967 J.C. Whitney catalog. And I'm glad you guys did like it. Had a lot of great feedback on it. I have no idea if that warehouse even still exists or not. But I know we had a lot of fun with the magazine, and I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. Obviously, you can see how thick this thing is. Way, way, way more stuff in there than we could ever have time to get through on all of it. But we still had a lot of fun with it and a lot of fun checking stuff out and looking back at it from today's with what we expect today and what they had back then available. All mail order, just like where everything's going back to today. So there it is. That pretty much wraps us up. What do we got coming up this week for videos? I've got most of the Auburn Court Duesenberg stuff uploaded, so we may get some of that stuff slid in there. I've got tons of new inventory we haven't shared with you yet. I got to get some of that stuff. And then, of course, once we get on the road next weekend, we will be bringing you some Rocky Mountain Race Week stuff. We may do some lives. I'll try to get some videos up. A lot of that's going to depend on what I have upload available, where I get on Wi-Fi, where I can get videos uploaded. I definitely do want to try to share some Race Week stuff with you. It's an amazing time. I can't do it justice by sharing it with you on video, but we're definitely going to squeeze some stuff in. We always have a great time. We always see a ton of great friends, and we're all hanging out with cars. We're all driving our cars, and we're all racing our cars. Other than the road weekers who are just hanging out, barbecuing, drinking beer, and having a great time, which wouldn't be a bad gig either. No doubt about that. And we have a lot of fun with it. So I will be bringing you some Rocky Mountain Race Week coverage, but it will be spotty. I will try to post Monday, Wednesday, and Friday as usual. We will not do a Toy Tuesday on Tuesday night because we'll probably be racing that night. So we'll do this coming Toy Tuesday, but a week from Tuesday we will not. Like I said, next week I'll put a post up as to whether or not it looks like we're going to get on. Maybe Big Al will get on with us for a little bit. Who knows? But if you didn't go over and give Big Al a sub, be sure to do that. We got to get Big Al to 1,000 subscribers. Want to try to make that happen shortly for him. Track Tuesday, that might be a possibility, number one. There you go, thinking again. Might be able to do a Track Tuesday. Yes, we will. This is the last year for Bandamere. We are running Bandamere this year, but it is the last one. Shopcat got to 2,000 subs. Nice. That's exciting. It's always exciting seeing those little increments tick up. So that's always a good thing, too. But yes, we are running Bandamere this year for the last time. At the end of this year, Bandamere will be no more. So, our last year at Bandamere. So if you're in the area, swing by and catch us, say hi, and looking forward to a good week. Saw you at 197. I'm lost you there. You lost me on number one. But anyway, let's give you a couple more Auburn and Hudson badges to wrap tonight up. We'll get some more of those videos up this week, some ACD stuff or some new inventory stuff, and then we will definitely be bringing you stuff from Rocky Mountain Race Week. It just depends on what I can and can't do, where I can get Wi-Fi, when I can get videos uploaded. But I absolutely will be shooting a lot of content while we were there. And if we can't get uploads, we may just do some live stuff. You never know. We may do live Wednesday night too. You don't know. We'll just see how things shake out. Depends on what's going on, what we're doing at that point, and how things are going. So anyway, with that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. And we're going to be back, or next Sunday, like I said, Tuesday we will do Live Toy Tuesday like normal. I will get videos up normally this week. Next Sunday night is going to be a crapshoot. We'll try to get on for a while, but it's going to be a crapshoot. So I will get a post up to let you know, guys know what's going on. And then we'll be on the road with Race Week. So we'll kind of play that by ear. Hope to see a lot of you guys Tuesday night for Toy Tuesday live at 7 o'clock Central Time. And then we will see what happens next week. But hopefully we will be back on, at least for a while, next Sunday night at 7 o'clock. Same time, same channel, but not the same place. We'll see what happens because I don't even know where we're going to be at. Depends on how the day goes. Hopefully everything goes smooth. We're back at the hotel by then, but we are out on the road, so you don't know. Glad you guys had a great time tonight. Thanks to all of you guys. Burl, the new one with us on Facebook tonight. Michael on Facebook. A lot of you guys over here on YouTube. Everybody signing off saying good night. Thanks to all you guys for being here. Thanks for supporting this, making it what it is, because you guys are the ones that make this what it is. So with that, I'm going to sign off, get rolling. See you Tuesday night. Hope to see you next Sunday night. Hope everybody has a great week and be in for this raffle in 2 weeks because we don't know what we're going to do next week. So you better make sure you're getting the can. Don't want to miss a shot at these plates. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you Tuesday night, and then we'll see what happens from there. Have a great week, everybody.